What's going on, football fans? It's your host, Bad Takes, with Bad Takes in Football, back with another video for you. Gonna dive into what's going on in the NFC South, but before I do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm on my road to my first 100 subscribers. We're so close. It really helps me out and it's free for you to do. I'm also doing a giveaway to one of those subscribers, and we're building an awesome community here where we talk everything NFL football. Also, make sure to like and comment on this video. What do you think about what's going on with the NFC South? Are the Carolina Panthers going to win this? Let's hop into today's video. On Sunday, both the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers handled business against their opponents. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Cardinals 20-17, while the Carolina Panthers beat the top NFC team, the Los Angeles Rams, 31-28. This was a game that no one's expecting. I know that the Rams had to travel from the West Coast to the East Coast for an early time game, which generally makes it so these players are a little bit out of sync and out of rhythm because that is not a game time that they're used to having. That's a 10 a.m. game for them. When you're a creature of habit, that can be a challenge for a team like the Rams, but still, I don't think anyone thought that the Rams were going to go to Carolina and the Panthers were going to be coming out as the victor. On top of that, Bryce Young actually looked good out there. In this game, Bryce Young was 15 for 20 for 206 yards, and he had 3 touchdowns on the day. On top of all this, the Panthers didn't even depend heavily on the run in this game. Chuba Hubbard actually was the leading rusher. He had 83 yards on 17 carries. So he had a really solid game as well. The past several wins that the Carolina Panthers have had, it was very heavily on the shoulders of Rico Dowdle. So to see Bryce Young as well as Chuba Hubbard step up in this game really says a lot about the direction this Carolina Panthers team is going in. Something else that's really important to mention when it comes to this Panthers team is they seem to be coming on late in the season. That is a very important factor when it comes to the playoffs. Generally in the playoffs, it really comes down to who's hot and who's not. When you see a team like the Panthers that are going on quite the run right now and have the chance to go on an even better run since they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers twice in the next 4 games, that could make a really big jump for this Panthers team to help gain confidence and momentum if they want to make a playoff run this year. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been solid, but they've gone up against some really tough competition. 7 of the last 9 games for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has been against playoff teams. I'm talking about teams like the Lions, like the Eagles, like the Patriots, the 49ers. The list goes on. The Buccaneers have gone through quite the ringer, and they've had a lot of injuries to go along with that. And so if they're able to get healthy and they're in a much easier part of their schedule the next 4 games, they also have a really good chance to propel themselves as well. This could be a huge momentum jump for this Bucs team that started out really hot and was looking like a Super Bowl team and then just fell off again because they went through quite the gauntlet of a schedule the last 9 games. As recently as today, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers actually announced that Mike Evans could return to practice this week. That's not saying he's going to play this Sunday, but I do think that this means that they do expect Mike Evans to come back in the next couple of weeks. That would be a huge addition for this offense, who really struggled with weapons with a lot of injuries on that side. I do wonder who's going to win in these upcoming matchups between these two teams. These 2 games between the Panthers and the Buccaneers are really going to be the deciding factor as who really gets out of this NFC South and becomes a playoff team. I myself still think it might potentially be the Bucs, but the Panthers would be a really fun one to see go into the playoffs. A lot of people, including myself, have been hating on Bryce Young, and so to see him really rise and become the quarterback that the Carolina Panthers want him to be, in my opinion, would be exciting. It's not like I don't like the guy, I just don't think that he's performed at a high level really up until this point. So again, I really hope that these 2 matchups between these teams are really fun ones. If they split it, it's going to make those other 2 games that much more important. I would say that the Panthers do have a disadvantage in this situation because they still have to go up against the Seahawks in between their 2 games against the Buccaneers. That is not an easy matchup for anybody. So we'll see what happens here. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you see as the team that comes out of the NFC South? Right now, I still have to take the Bucs, but I am not counting out the Panthers by any means. That's it for me today. Thank you again for watching. This is Bad Takes with Bad Takes in Football, signing out.